And now we are live once again. Awesome. Awesomeness. Oh, I gotta reconfigure things around here. You gotta go up if possible. And maybe I'll put you back down. Something like that. You know what? For right now, I think I can put you just right here in front of me. I don't think that'd be an issue. Okay. How does that work? Oh yeah, that works fine. Lovely. Awesome. Before that, of course, would happen. But that's going to be a pleasure seeing on the playback of this live stream. All right. Enough goofing around. Time to get serious. Time to get to work. And I'll be right back with my drumsticks. And I'll also get my water. We are live for another practice and chat today. And as well, we're also going to talk a little bit about a special announcement that I have. Oh, and I probably should put this in the thing before too long, so then people know what we're talking about here today. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make that same mistake again. Or will I? Can you see that? No, of course. Of course you can't see that. I've got you here. There's a pad there. Okay. Would it need to go further out? Yeah. Okay, further out. Further out and in. So something like that. All right. Oh, that's right. I need to plug in or lock in. Lock in, man. All right. Hi. Hope you're having a good day. I don't know who's tuning in just yet, so let me get started here, and I'm going to see what we're doing. It's a beautiful day today. Oh, and I need to put the thing up before I forget. Otherwise, I'm gonna completely forget. Best friends fixer upper. Hi. How you doing? Catalina, how are you doing? Good to see you again, and I hope you guys are having a good day. Boy, we got a lot to talk about, and I'm going to be here for a good hour, which is awesome. Usually I don't get the opportunity to, good. I'm glad to hear that. Usually we don't get the opportunity to be able to be here for a while since I have a lot of lessons that I do on Mondays. But yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. And how about yourself? Hey, Gmod, good to see you as well. I'm glad you guys are able to tune in. Best friends fixer upper, you subscribed, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad you did, and I really hope that you're having a good day. Let me just do this. I'm gonna make sure I have something in the chat here so I can type as well. If I need to share with you something, because on my phone I can't chat at the same time. At least I don't know of a way that I can. Well, maybe I should just put it here on the. Okay, we got a lot to talk about though today, and so. Oh yeah, a lot of hearts. Oh boy. So, yeah, as the title of this live stream says, practice and a special announcement, SA. And what we're going to be talking about is something that I really had an idea for, and I really hope you guys like it as well. But let me just put in the I just want to write a question so that people can, if they're jumping in, they can take a look at this. Yeah. There we go. Okay, that should work. You guys all see that? Awesome. I think that worked. That's not gonna work though. I'm gonna have to set this thing up again. Okay. Let's go here. I'm gonna put it up to my. Come on. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Yeah. So I want us to first of all start with, how was your Independence Day celebration with friends and family, or friends or family? Oh my goodness. Can you all hear me now? All right. Really sorry about that. I'm glad though that you had a great time, Catalina. So I hope that you guys had a great time as well with your family and friends. I was just saying, if it's possible, this whole time that I've been messing around with the phone, I want us to talk about a special announcement that I have for you guys. And I'm gonna also be involved, I think, once in a while with my chat on this end because I want to speak to anybody who may have a question. My Independence Day was very well. It went well as well here. But thank you. It was rainy. It was a really rainy day, but it was a good day. We were with my cousins, and so obviously we got rained out of our fireworks. I don't know. Did you guys have fireworks as well? But without fireworks, it's not bad at all. All right, let me just type this in. And no, you say it is too dry to have fireworks. There are a ton of fires. That's insane. That's a little insane. I'm sorry to hear that because yeah, well they're fun to anyway. Wow. Have you been to see a fireworks show? I'm sure you have. They're a lot of fun. One of my favorites, we didn't get again to see them though, is like this one that's really really small, and it comes off, and it looks like it's gonna be fine, but when it blows up, it's the loudest firework. It goes and and my mom hated that one when she was growing up, and I grew up with that, and I was like, that's my favorite one. A small one in our little town last year. Hey, well that's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's me. So I'll be right back. I need to get my water, but good to see you guys, and I really hope that you guys had a good time celebrating. And I need to get my drumsticks too. But that special announcement is something I've been really wanting to share with you for a long time. Stay. Oh dear. All right, enough of that. All right. If we got water, we're doing good. Because it is hot again today. It is really hot. But it's also kind of cool. So it's nice to have a breeze. I don't know how it's like in Catalina. You're from New Mexico, right? I don't know how it is down there, but it is, or out there, but it is. It's been hot the past couple of days. If it hasn't been rainy, right? It's weird. You know, I don't know what they're called, but if now that you got a good point. Now that I think about it, the way that they come up and they shoot up into the sky, they do look like a candle. It's 99 degrees now and hopefully going to rain this afternoon. Well, that's a little crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so Catalina, by now I know you know the drill. We're going to take a look at some rudiments, and I'm just going to practice, but I do want to talk about that special announcement during my practice time here with you guys. So here's the deal. Catalina mentioned a couple of live streams ago how it's crazy to think that it's just like so weird to have somebody talk to you but you can't talk back to them, right? Well, YouTube I don't think has found a way for this to work out yet. So the moderator or the host can't talk with the viewers yet as to, real life stuff. It's not possible yet. It's probably too complicated. But there is a way around this that I thought could work out. What if we kind of made it so that I could hear from you guys and not just you from me? If you are a musician or if you are a singer, here's something I want to try. And if it gets to be, a little bit crazy because a lot of people could chime in on this, we may have to find a way around that. But we'll get there when we get there. In my YouTube channel, I have an email. So you can access that and you can send an email, right? Something about what you maybe as a musician have been learning or playing or just listening to it. And I would love to hear from you. So it's almost like taking requests in a different way, but I was like, why not? Why not take advantage of that? So that way, you guys can perform at home. Record something with your device, record something with your laptop or phone. It doesn't have to be fancy at all. And all it is we're able to communicate that way, almost two-way. And so if you got something that you would like to share, you can send me an email through the YouTube email that I have on my, and if you click on my channel description, I think you can see it there. It's lucasthedrummingplowman@gmail.com, and I'll have my second person, who is really just me, Sticks DeSouza, put it in the chat. So then you can take it and then copy that email address and you can use it for yourself. But again, if you would kindly restrict the recordings, whether audio or visual, to just something musical. And that would be awesome because then I could hear from you and I could see how you guys are progressing with your musical adventures. And if you guys want, and I'm going to make sure everything's private. So if you guys want me to keep, don't share this with anybody else. I don't have anything else besides YouTube, really, except WhatsApp, but that's really not conducive to social media. I'm not going to share it with anybody. And if you don't want it to be shared on a live stream in the future, I will make sure I respect that. So that's just an opportunity if you guys want to take advantage of it. And so let me know in the chat if that's something that you would be interested in. Because I know, Catalina, you played fiddle, you played dulcimer, you play guitar, and I think I don't know if you said, do you play or do you sing at all as well? I'm not sure, but it would be cool to hear from you guys because I know it stuck with me. It stuck with me like that one time that you said it's so weird, it's crazy. I wish I could talk. You mentioned it was something along those lines, and I'm like, that really stinks. That really really stinks. So I was like, we got to find a way around it. And I was thinking, why not share the performances and share the joy of music with one another? So yeah, and I see what you're saying. That's a great idea. I'm not good at technology at all, but I'd like to try it. It might take me a while. I sing on my. Hey, that's great. That's great though. Awesome. So yeah, what I would say is this. It can be as simple as I don't know what kind of device you have. If you have an iPhone or an Android, or those are at least the two main telephones that are circulating right in these days. If you record a voice memo right with your iPhone, that's what I have. You have voice memos where you can then just email that to send that as is it an MP3 or something? And you can easily take a voice memo and email that to the link. So just an idea, right? But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys and to see what you guys are learning because I know you guys are really good out there as well. I'm sure, and you guys, and really no pressure at all if you guys don't want to be. Because here's the thing, I've done a couple of live streams now, and I was messing up on a couple of fills or something, and I'm like, man, that was pretty bad. But then I'm like, well, people then get to see what I'm doing, and they could either be like, mm, 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 right, one of the three. Let me know, right, if I'm doing something wrong. Let me know. I don't know. So Android. Yeah. No, I'm glad. I think you could still work it out. And no, praise God again for technology. Man, it's such a blessing to have that. So I'm gonna practice a little bit of rudiments. Oh, let me send the thing so you know what I'm talking about. It's Lucas. Is it the? Let me just double check this. Yeah, Lucas the drumming plowman at gmail.com. This is my YouTube email, so don't worry. You're not spamming me or anything. I'm clear. We're all clear. It's like, I have one, for work and whatever, but this is YouTube, so we're good. So it'd be like this. What is that? Okay. Yeah, don't worry. That's nobody spamming. That's just me. If it comes in now, is it gonna come in? I don't think it came in, did it? Is he gonna flag it on me or something? If not, if it doesn't work, then as soon it didn't come in. It's aware of that. Okay, fine. If you're so upset about that, I will try to take it down. It's interesting. YouTube has very strict guidelines, but I'm like, I was thinking it might work, but then it's on my YouTube channel. Why would they complain about that being sent? Anyway, I'm sorry, Catalina. So, to anyone else who's listening to this live now, my email address, and you can find this on the YouTube channel. This is not top secret information. If you have anything musical you want to send me, it's Lucas the Drumming Plowman, PLOWMAN, at gmail.com. That's my YouTube email link. And there you go. Okay. By the way, I know we're off topic here, but Catalina, did you? Because I'm just noticing, since you're very regular, and I'm thankful. Thank you so much. And by the way, we got to talk about young Washington. Did you change your profile picture? I liked the original because wasn't it like a horse? And the background was very nice. It was like a mountain range. I'm sorry, I'm going off topic, but This one, oh, this one's nice too, though. Whatever works. Wow. Harvest season? That's insane. So you guys have, and I imagine, because you guys, I know you mentioned before you have a ranch. They are not layers. There are seasons of harvests, right? Where you can harvest one, because this is a technique, right? That farmers like to do, and I think I need to be better at this. But like you plant crops so in a staggered layer so that you can work with food all year round, right? So, because I'm sorry, I'm not a farmer. When I think of harvest season, I think of it just as one solid block of time that you have in like the fall or something, at least here in the Midwest, right? And you harvest your corn, you harvest your soy, you harvest maybe potatoes or something like that. So in the Midwest, it's all about corn and oh my goodness, we have too much corn. Yeah. Yeah, and we help out at the corn and wheat fields. It's something like that. Yeah. So anyway, all right, but yeah, looking forward to hearing from all you guys. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're not. I mean, I'm not a farmer, but I think Catalina is. I'm a musician, and what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna accept requests for a time where if you want to submit anything that you're working on as a musician or as a singer, feel free to go to my YouTube email. And I can't believe they censored this, but whatever. No sensitive information, whether or not it's already on my YouTube channel page. Go figure. Lucas the Drumming Plowman at gmail.com, and I'll see if I can take a look at it so we can share it here. And it'd be so cool to hear from you guys because I know it's just sad. It's like a one-way conversation, one-way traffic the whole time. Anyway, but yeah, more of a rancher than a farmer. Yeah, it's corn now and then more fruit and veggies in the fall. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. So that's what I'm talking about. You see me struggling with my flams because I can't keep my Swiss Army triplets correct. I'm inviting you to share in the agony of working on music with me. Feel free to send something my way. Eu sou brasileiro. Vivian Martins, 4216. Olá. Tudo bom? Yeah. You found the right channel. We are, yeah. Oi. So I speak, eu falo pouquinho, mas é difícil para mim pensar em português, então me desculpa, mas eu vou tentar. Algumas frases eu vou tentar traduzir para você saber o que está acontecendo. Mas muito obrigado. So I was just saying, I'm going to have to translate myself from English to Portuguese. So basically, if there's something I can say in Portuguese, I'll translate it. Or otherwise, if she's just like, no, forget it, I'm fine with English. Let me know. Let me know, Vivian. Yeah. That's all. It's all good. Mas eu vou te falar uma coisa. Ontem, uma desastre, não é? Com a Noruega. How do you say Norway in Portuguese? Noruega, né? O Brasil não estava jogando direito. O Brasil estava dormindo. I'm sorry. I was just saying I was really upset. Thank you, Catalina, but I'm not really that good. I just speak a little bit at home with my dad and my. But it's just I was saying it was so difficult to watch Brazil. I don't know if you're into soccer, but it was so difficult to watch Brazil yesterday. It was horrendous. Their playing was not the way. Even when I was growing up, it was not the way that it should have been. They were like half asleep, and I think the announcers were saying something like, "Well, Carlo Ancelotti, the new head coach for Brazil, is thinking about ways in which they can use the counter attacks as a way of advantage." I'm like, yeah, but Brazil doesn't play off of counterattacks all the time. They attack. They're supposed to go forward, you know. And I don't know. It was not it was not cool. Well, you know what? It's no problem at all if you don't do sports. It grieves the mind anyway because you root for a team and you're like, yeah, and then they lose and you're like, oh my goodness. So it's like you're not missing on a whole lot, I guess. It's tough though. It's really tough. Just a little bit more. Exatamente, mas fazer o quê? Oh my goodness. That's got to be one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And now I got to wipe my eyes because I'm going to start crying from laughter or from anger. It's one of the two. I thought we had a tissue around here. Forgive me, I'll be right back. Oh, my eyes can't take it. Fazer o quê, né? Fazer o quê? Você vai fazer o quê? Oh my goodness, that's so sad. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. I tell you what. Holland, right, is the name of the guy. He's really good. And you can't deny that if you have a good team, you're going to play good. But it is what it is. Now, I'm going to have to keep this handy. Sometimes I get dry eyes. If I'm crying, it's not because I'm sad or anything. It's just because I get dry eyes. So I'm sorry about that. But, yeah, it's tough. All right, so here's the deal. What does that mean? Oh, so she said, uh, Vivian, right? Fazer, mais fazer o quê? But what? How would you translate that? That's like, but to do what is how you would translate that. But to do what? Literally. In English, though, we would say, but what would you do, right? Or what would you do to fix that, right? So we might have to take some time in our live streams to make it a bilingual lesson. Yeah, that's fun. Although I will say this, if if you know some French, it would be cool to have some of that in the chat. It would just be like completely random, right? Completely random, and it would be like, wow, you know, it'd be fun. But yeah, uh, that's cool. Okay, so I think I'm gonna warm up like that for right now, and then we'll get to the drums later. I also, you know, because we're kind of on the no pun intended coattails, right? Like on a Revolutionary War soldier. We're on the coattails of the American Day of Independence. You know, Catalina, I know you and our families both watched um, Young Washington. And I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And I know it's again not ideal because it's tough. It's like you have to write a whole paragraph, and that's very time consuming. So, um, I would just like to maybe practice a little bit more if that's all right. And that's really what I think how we'll try to tackle this. You can leave a thought or something about what you thought about it, and we'll just go from there. And then I'll give you my thoughts as well. But I'd love to hear how you took it. You know, what was your main takeaway, or was there a particular scene, you know, or something? A lot there, just a lot there. Make sure it stays on. Yeah. Okay. I'll wait. I'll wait. You take your time. Don't worry about it. If I drum like that though, does that? I'm sorry. I'm putting too much on you. I was just thinking if I drum like that, it's probably going to make her think faster, or it's not going to help her think at all. I'm going to play something slower for you. Sorry. Makes you anxious, right? There you go. I wonder, is Vivian still in the chat? Vivian, how do I say this? De onde você vem? That's what I was looking for. Ooh, we need to practice some of those. I'm having trouble with this. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Let me just take a second now. Oh, my hands feel nice and warm. Okay, so I think we're good. So you said, I really enjoyed it. It seemed historically accurate as much as I had. Wait. It seemed historically accurate as much as I seen. Let's see. As much as I accept the battle, the British lost more miserably in the real story, but I didn't know the story super well. It's crazy to think that his dad died when he was 11, but it was a Christian maker. I was expecting a different perspective on it, but it was a good historical thing. Oh, are you saying that the director was a Christian? Yeah, it was a Christian. That's right, the Angel Studio. the Angel Studio, they are Christian, right? Um, Angel Studios. Well, it says they are an American video streaming service and media company. And I don't know. It looks like a lot of their, if not all of their movies are like family friendly. But I don't know if they say that they're like specifically Christian. That's the problem. So it's kind of like, oh, what is the Angel Guild? No, we don't want that. I'm going to take a look at this later. So I think you got a good point. It's like, well, from what well, Catholic, is Christian at the same time, but yeah, I think, but they did it with Wonder Films. Yeah, no, so it's hard. It is really hard. Watch Homestead. Oh, yeah. So we'll have to check that because that looked really good. I think I did see previews for that. Um, But you're right. Let me just go back to what you said, and then we'll move on. You're absolutely right. It's crazy to think that his dad died. Was it 11? I wasn't sure about that, but I'm so I'm so like at a loss for words because I don't know what it would be like for me to lose my dad at 11. And so here are the things that I was thinking about. One of the cons that I thought, and I didn't want to spoil anything because yeah, you were going to see it with your family on Sunday yesterday. I was wondering, is this really the George Washington that we all grew up with? Because I don't think he would have been acting like that. At the same time, he was very distraught. It was like hard for him to digest the fact that his father was gone, and his mother also like didn't she have like in the beginning scenes she had a baby, so they were going to be very busy as a family, but he had no one to look up to. So I couldn't believe it either. But then but the con was like, I don't think he would have acted like that. I don't know. The pro though was like, wow, I was so happy to see what they did with Lawrence Washington. If you guys tuning in have not seen the movie Young Washington, you need to check it out. Lawrence Washington came in and really provided for his younger half brother. It was so cool to see that because like Lawrence was like a model, he was like a father figure to him, and he was just a brother. So it was cool to see how the interaction played out. And it was crazy at times because as Washington got older, him and Lawrence were kind of like butting heads a little bit, but at the same time, it was really cool to see that. Now, the other pro that I thought that was cool to see in the movie was what I was thinking about. I had always thought of Washington as somebody who was just like a naturally born leader. Yeah, you think of George Washington, you think of somebody on a horse who's like, the man, right? It's like he knows how to command everybody, and he knows how to do it with respect and gentleness so nobody feels like they're being belittled at the same time. But no, Washington had a couple of errors. He had some problems. And one of them, I think, and I'm not sure if this is historically accurate, although I think you're right. I think historically accurate, but maybe by that you mean they paid a lot of attention to detail. Washington was humbled halfway through the movie. And when that happened, you could see character development alert. Boom! His pride fell. And I'm not sure if it was there to begin with, but his respect increased. His reliance upon God, too, was strengthened. He was like, I need a boost here. I can't be fighting battles on my own and living for myself because that's not the way a man should really live. His mother corrected him on that, and he was a full-grown man. What's going on here? So that was really cool to see. And I'm happy with the movie, although, we could always wish for something more. I'm really happy. And one of my sisters said, what would be really cool is somebody in the comment section of like the trailer or the preview for Young Washington made a mention of this should be the part one of a trilogy. George Washington when he was young, George Washington when he was older and he was fighting in the Revolutionary War as our commanding general, and then George Washington as he was our first president. Oh my goodness, that would be like so cool. That would be so cool of a trilogy of just one man's life, Right, I know what you mean. When I think of George Washington, I think already older, but I don't know. Yes, I thought that was really neat. I personally didn't know that. The one quote that I like that he said was, "Failure is the biggest teacher," and yes, they should do a series. I don't know. I think they really should. It'd be a great idea. They really should. But yeah, so that's a little bit of young Washington. I'm glad we were able to talk about that. That was really cool. And I think we've been waiting for a movie about George Washington for way too long. It's about time. It's about time, man. All right, we're gonna practice a little bit more. Oh, by the way, before I forget, does my voice sound okay? And I know, Catalina, you're a trooper for hanging out like every time we hang out. I'm really really grateful for your support. But you could have mentioned something last time. We had trouble because there was a storm and I had to reconnect. The thing was reconnecting several times. The entire hour, I sounded like I had just exited the dentist's office, and I was speaking with a lisp, and all of my S's sounded horrible. Let me know if I sound bad now. Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, when I when I when I listen to, I always go back and check out the conversations. Okay, thank you. When I go back and I check out the conversations to make sure everything was, cool and moderated to some extent, I was just like, you got to be kidding me. The whole thing was, it was just bad, man. You got to let me know. You got to let me know. You gotta let me know. Isn't that a song? Speaking of songs, we gotta touch it, man. I gotta write an agenda. Okay, I had a boatload of homework from yours truly, Catalina. I listened to almost all of the song requests that we've talked about since you joined us, and you have an amazing taste of music. Guys, if you have a song request, let me know, because again, you could record yourself saying something like a personal message to me. And again, if you don't want that to be publicized, I'm not going to share it here on the stream. But if you want to say something, please do. In addition to sharing something with me, like if you use my YouTube email account, and then you can send me a message or email me a message of you playing a song or playing an exercise or singing something. But you can also give a couple of sentences. I'd love to hear from you. Uh, Ragged Old Flag by Johnny Cash. You know the thing I love about stories like that? Man, it gets me every time. It's so fun to hear how a story can feel like a song, but Johnny Cash did not sing a note. It was all spoken word. Johnny Cash had an amazing talent to just communicate with the audience, and I guess you didn't notice. Well, all right, fine. It's what it is. And what he did with that song, Catalina, thank you for your suggestion. Ragged Old Flag was amazing. I love that story, and I love how it worked out. Yeah. Now, a great story, but with a weird tune and and he was singing this one, Chicken in Black. You remember you recommended me to listen to that one as well? Well, let's just say in my mind, I had a couple of thoughts running through. either this is one of the coolest songs I've ever heard because it's so funny, or it's a weird song, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna get this time back. Like, what did I just spend 2.5 minutes of my life listening to? But it was really good, and I was like, you know what? It's all good. Here's a song that I think you guys might like. No, there's a music video for Chicken in Black. Oh my goodness! I just heard, I just heard the audio. I'm like, oh my goodness! I gotta save this to watch later. So I'm gonna. So anyway, and the last one. What was the last one? You wanted me to. So Chicken in Black, Ragged Old Flag. Oh, and a couple of live streams ago, you mentioned a song by Josh Turner. Will you will you come with me, or will you go, or when you come? It was something like that. Josh Turner, great country voice, great country baritone. I really love that style of his, and again, keeping the roots of country alive, in my opinion, doing a great job of it, because now he's 20 years past that, almost 20 years past that release date. Will you go with me? Yeah. I mean, he still sounds great. He still sounds great. So Chicken in Black, and I'm gonna look up the music video. So then I'll save it to, and then, oh my goodness, this looks bad. This looks bad. All right, so I'm gonna give you a report on this, and I'll. Oh my goodness. What did you say last time too? About trying to figure out a song? We sometimes look loony. I would say our DNA is loony. It's just loony. We like to be loony. Yeah. Now, I have a couple of recommendations for you. And I don't know if you've been able to listen to any that I've already shared with you. Let me know if you have. Oh, Undefeated. See, you're keeping me on task. I did not watch the movie. I'm going to have to find a way. Yeah. I'm going to have to find a way to find a time to watch that, because we've been so busy watching soccer. But yeah, it's on my bucket list, and I want to watch it soon, because it's the season of the year for that. But yeah, let me know. Did you get to listen to anything that I've shared with you so far? I don't know if you've been able to take notes. If not, it's just fun. It's not actually homework. You know what I mean? We hate homework, right? Yeah, good fight. Good fight was amazing. Yeah, and I'm so glad you took a listen to that. You know, Unspoken had a really good album, and I'll show you the cover. So if you look this up, most of these songs on this album, if you're not familiar with Unspoken, is amazing. Um, this came out when I was little, and I've loved listening to it ever since. They have a lot of good songs on this album. It was their self-titled album, and I don't know if they would. Is this? Yeah. Okay. I know this is gonna look weird because it's flipped. So Unspoken, right? And then their self-titled album, that's what it looks like. On this album, there are several songs that I would highly recommend, but let me just give you one. Good Fight was one from this album, and another one that I think speaks to you at any point in your life from this album. Uh, in Your Hands. In Your Hands is a magnificent song of just relinquishing yourself into the hands of Jesus when it comes to not knowing what the future holds. If you're wondering, oh my goodness, I can't make it another day. I just can't. I got so much on my mind. I got this. Well, it's overwhelming, yes, but at the same time, God has given us the ability to come to Him in prayer. So, we can offer up ourselves to him and pray, God, can you please help me? And what he does is he allows us to rest in that promise. And it's not going to make it easier at times because it's still going to hurt. It's like, there's another good song, and I got to mention that later. But at least we are held in his hands that will never let us go. So we are held secure in his grace. It's almost like it makes it harder to go through the trial because we know that God could pull us out of it. We're like, why are you letting me stay in this pit? Why are you letting me stay in this troublesome time when I could be over there? When I could be doing much better right now, but God has a plan and he has a purpose for us. So in your hands is something I would recommend from that album. And then the one that I was thinking of um, was a lot sillier, and I'm not going to share it now because this is such a tender moment. But I'm just going to say this. I will give you the other one later, and I'm going to say you'll find a lot of good songs in that album, Catalina, and others. I'm just letting you guys know that's what I like to listen to every now and then. So I have a lot of music. We have too much to go through. All right, so before we wrap up for today, because that has been an hour. Oh my goodness, what happened to the time? I wanted to let you know that I've been working on some beats. And we're going to have more solidified beats to work through. So you can, again, hold me accountable to what you see on the stream on a week-by-week basis. But the drum set is not doing too hot, and I'm not going to be able to play for you today. So, excuse me, I'm going to keep working on soca. Today, I had my lesson as well with my drum teacher. He gave me some rumba, I think, music, which is also really hard. It's Latin stuff, and it's just fun. But it's kind of tough. Okay, I will look it up. I have been struggling with that for a bit of. Oh, I'm sorry. I have been struggling with that for a bit, and life can be confusing sometimes, and also people. Definitely, it's a wonderful blessing that we serve such an awesome God. Yeah, and you know what? I just really and yeah, I pray for you, Catalina, like every day. Like when we talked about in the car. I was just wondering, like how did you find how did you find the channel? Because I was like, it's crazy. Um, that such a connection would work out where I'm just cruising home and we talk about music, we talk about faith, we talk about family, but I've never forgotten that, and you told me to not forget, and I was just wondering, how did you come to find the channel, and how, how how are things, because I know that there was a lot of information shared, and I don't want to, I don't want it to be, you know, if you just be respectful and everything, but I just don't. I just don't know where people are coming from, and so I would love to know more about them. So wow, yeah, yeah, and no, but it's a blessing. It's a blessing, like we've talked about before. I really appreciate your help and support. I appreciate all your guys' help and support. And what I'm noticing is that even though we're separated by hundreds, if not thousands of miles, however far away, God can bring us together. And we serve a very mighty God, right? And that's the cool thing. Um, is that good news or is that bad news? If that's good news, we need to give thanks to God right now. So there wasn't a tumor. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Father, I thank thee for this day and for the good news that we heard. I'm really, really happy to hear that nothing serious is going on, and I just pray that you continue to be with her and her family, that you would heal her from this chronic tension, though. It's still annoying, and I understand that, but I do pray for her. Amen. Oh my goodness. Wow. Because I don't know about you, but we're family, right? And I told my family, I said, um, what is this like? And my family was like, this is probably difficult because they've already been like trying other stuff. And MRI is serious, you know what I mean? Well, with that, I think we'll have to end for today. And I'm definitely not going to share the other song anymore. So I just want to say this. Unspoken, In Your Hands will be a great song to listen to. And I'll share the other songs. I know the last time we had a stream, I wasn't able to share those songs. But I do plan on posting these. So as soon as we're done, I'll make sure that happens and we'll go from there. But some funny stuff, some fun songs coming down the pipeline for sure. Next stream, hopefully, I'm going to have some beats figured out, so you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to find some improvement with what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. I got a scoop, but yeah, again, keep your eyes open, everybody out there, to keep rocking and keep grooving. And we're all about ministry here. Even though it's about a bunch of drums and we do practice and we do talk about music, we are all about ministry. I feel like this is a great opportunity for us to talk about what God is doing, because whether you're religious or not, there is something stirring within the hearts of mankind in our age. And I'm really, really looking forward to what that's going to be. But we have to wait. Here's one more song. Good Things Take Time, I think is the title. But the chorus goes, Good Things Just Take Time. Look up the whole thing. Good Things Just Take Time by the Gaither Vocal Band. That is Gaither Vocal Band. Gaither Vocal Band. Really good singers. Those guys know how to rock it. And great harmonies. I love Southern gospel harmonies. It's really, really fun. So anyway, I hope that blesses your day. And I'm going to post Good Things Take Time and In Your Hands anyway in the description of this. And so you're going to see it anyway when you check out the video. If you want to, come back next time in the future. But I hope you guys have a blessed day. Are you kidding me? You watch the Gaithers too? That's crazy. Like, that's almost a little freaky. Like, are you a long lost cousin or something like that? But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. It is. And I hope that you guys continue rocking and rolling. Thank you for sticking with me, though. And we're going to see if, again, we can make some improvements on some Afro-Cuban rhythms. We'll talk more about music and our suggestions. If you have a suggestion, for those of you who are still tuning in, let me know. Again, one more time, my email address for the YouTube channel, which is perfectly fine. You won't be spamming me. At least I'll make sure of that. So, Anyway, it'll be lucasthedrummingplowman@gmail.com. And send anything you like regarding music. If you have a quick message to share with me as well, I would love to hear your voice and just to be able to connect with you on a deeper level. But if you're working on anything musical, I'd love to hear that as well. And if you want, I'll keep it private. If you can leave that in the message, if you want to keep it private, or if you want, I can also share it. So the next time we go live, I can give you a shout out and we'll play it. That might seem a little intimidating, but it's up to you. Whatever you want. All right. So I hope you guys have a good one. Yeah, and have a blessed evening. We'll talk soon, and take care, everybody. God is good. God is good. All right.